Alright, I'm stuck on a thought, and the thought is, I'm stuck on a thought of you. Wow. Howdy, partner. How are you doing? Alright. Hello. Let me get done fixing myself. With my not enoughness leading into my perfectionism. It's exhausting sometimes. Anyway, I am stuck on a thought. So I had this thought about telekinesis, which this started last night. I saw something that I was meant to see last night that led me to having like essentially this download today. And yeah, I was outside today, and of course I was grounded enough for the message to come true because I'm out here in the sun, which I'm sure fed me more light so it could come through, because I was feeling it for a while in my body and I knew something wanted to come through, so I knew I had to ground it in, long story short. But I was out here in the sun stretching and everything, and then the thought came true. But the beginning of that whole synchronicity, everything started last night. The beginning of this whole I suppose download began last night when I saw something. And so long story short, sometimes I get a lot of like messages, or like, you know, I get a lot of information that I receive, and sometimes I don't have my phone with me, or sometimes I don't have like a pen and paper, and I often think, oh God, don't forget it, and I forget it. But then I've also said aloud that please, may this, I always put in the request that may this never be lost, that information is always collected in my Akash, and that whenever the opportunity, the frequency or the vibration or whatever comes around again, may I remember it. And I always say, actually, even in a more heightened, precise, like bullet point, refined concept or sentence or whatever it is. Anyway, and so long story short, this whole message came through about I've been writing my thesis using telekinesis. I've been pushing the pen around. So all along, when I think all these, you know, things that I received, the information, that they end up going nowhere because I never made it to pen on paper, it never made it into my Samsung notes or whatever it is, and I'm like, oh my God, it might be lost forever. But then, like I said, I put out the request that may it always be stored somewhere. And now the manifestation of what I believed in more, which is the fact that it is stored. Energy is only created, never destroyed. So it's there again. I just have to be resonant with it to receive it again. So really, that's an on me kind of thing. And so I must have been that today, which is nice. But anyway, I've been basically writing the thesis up in the sky, essentially, when I, you know, have most of my manifesting thoughts and such. So yeah, I kind of have that thought about, I write my thesis with telekinesis. I've been pushing the pen around, obviously pushing the pen around with telekinesis, and then writing the thesis is if nobody's heard from me, if I've gone hermit mode or, you know, isolate or whatever. I've been really just like processing and integrating and learning and utilizing and being resourceful in all the ways that my life has got me to this point, and really going back over what I needed to take with it, for, what I needed for the future, and then in addition to that, no longer anything that no longer served me or my future or the here and now future that I'm trying to create, if that makes sense, because you do in the present moment, essentially. And so that's where I've been. So that's kind of how I do this, is what I'm learning. I just took the time for myself, and I've been really enjoying it, and it's been kind of, in a way, I feel like years in the making. So that's what I've been doing. Okay, I'm gonna go now because I'm getting over it.